Hello and welcome to Adobe Premiere Pro Basics tutorial. This video tutorial is created with the Adobe Premiere Pro version 12.1.1 build number 10 with the operating system macOS Catalina version 10.15.5. To begin with, let's start with the lesson files. So let me introduce with you the files created in this video. Okay, these are the lesson files. So we have the audio file, Happy Piano Drum, and videos 1 to 5. Okay, so we will be using these files for this video tutorial in Adobe Premiere Pro. To start with, we need to click File and New, then select Project. Then we can type here Premiere Pro Basics, and you can click the location, just browse and locate it or save it to a folder in your computer. For me, I will save it in my folder Premiere Pro Lessons. So that will be, I'll just choose that one, then click OK. Now we are ready to begin with our videos. In the file menu, we will be able to import file. So there are actually 3 ways to import files into our Adobe Premiere Pro. First, click File menu, then click Import. Okay, that's one way. And see, we have the files here. The other way is to use the shortcut key Command I or Control I for Windows. So if I'm in here, just click Windows I or Command I, then that's another way to import. The third one is to just double click inside the project panel. So this is our project panel here. Double click inside, you'll be able to see the import dialog box. So from here, we will import these 6 files, videos 1 to 5, including the audio file, which is an MP3. Click Import. And the files will be imported into our project panel. So there are things that we need to consider here inside the project panel. As you can see, these are the list of the file names. Because we have selected this list view. If you select the icon view, then you will be able to see thumbnails of the files. For now, we'll just choose the list view, and you're going to double click video number 1. So double click this icon here. Double clicking now. And it will appear in the source panel. You can actually preview from the source. This is your source panel. You can take a preview, and if you're satisfied with it, then you can actually go ahead and proceed to adding videos in the timeline. So you can see there are 2 icons here. This is actually for videos only, and this icon is for audio only. So if we drag from the project panel, if we drag directly to the timeline, as you can see here, you will not be able to separate the video and the audio. That's why we need to, I'll just delete this one. We need to double click from the project panel, the video 1, and from here you can separate the video and the audio. So what we're doing next, we'll just separate the video file into the timeline, and that's my first clip inside the timeline. So as you can see, you can also take a preview, or you can play this button here and watch the video clip, or just drag the slider here from the timeline. So as you can see, we have, this is our first track inside the timeline, and we'll just connect the other videos from the project panel. Double click video number 2, and this is our video for the video 2. So just drag video again and connect it from the first video inside the timeline. So from here, if you be able to see, we have a slider below. This is actually for zooming in and out of our video clips inside the timeline, so that you will have enough space. You can see all the files inside the timeline. So you need to adjust the slider here. So just double click video number 3 and then drag the video here. Then take a preview. This is actually the basic Adobe Premiere Pro workflow. Okay, there are 5 things we need to remember to add videos into our Premiere Pro. And number 4, double click inside the project panel, double click video 4, then drag video only, and you can take a preview again by sliding the slide bar slider, and we'll add the video 5, and then just drag this video only into our timeline. Okay, so we have now 5 video clips inside our timeline. This is the first one, second one, the third, fourth, and fifth. So what we need to do next, since this one doesn't have an audio file, and we have a Happy Piano Drum MP3 inside our project panel, so we'll just drag this directly into our timeline and create second track inside of our timeline. So we'll make adjustments. As you can see, at the end of it's now our so at the end there's an extra audio file, so we can remove this extra audio file, here, excess audio, by clicking the razor tool. So click on that and you will see that cursor there. Just click and it will actually cut the audio file. Then choose selection tool, click the excess audio file, and then press delete key. So now we have a clean video and audio file inside a timeline. So the next thing that we need to do, we are going to create a text, since this one doesn't have a title. So we're going to add a text. So just click type tool, then click inside the project panel, just click there, then type for this video tutorial, we'll just name it as my first video project. So we just have plain text with white color. We can actually make some text effects from the effects controls panel. So make sure you choose the selection tool, then choose the text inside the timeline panel, here. Then go to effects controls panel. The effects controls panel have actually four effects that you can see. We have the motion, we have opacity, time remapping, and the text itself. So for now, we'll just make some adjustments into our text. So click this disclosure triangle here, and this we can make adjustments. So these are from here we can actually adjust our text, choose what kind of font you want. So for this lesson, we'll just choose the built-in font here. We have phosphate, we'll type phosphate. That's if you want to adjust the text inside the project panel, you can choose. Make sure you choose selection tool. Then you can make some adjustments here. Left or right. You can also adjust size, whatever customization of your font inside the project panel. So for now, I'll just go back to the effect controls panel. So you can adjust the font size here. You just drag this one left or right. You can also choose inline or solid. You can choose the alignment. So just change it to the center, then arrange it inside our project panel. You can make it italic as well if you want it. Just choose whatever you want. And you can also change the color or the appearance of your text here. Make it, let's say, for this video project, I'll change it to blue. So this will be my word. Then click OK. You can also add stroke if you want to. So you can choose the color you want, say yellow. Then you can change the stroke size from here. Just drag left or right, or you can just type it here. Okay. And there's also a shadow effect. Just click this box here and choose which shadow you'd like to add. So for now, I would stay with this effect, my first video project. Then the rest would be just, you can also change the transformation, position, scale, rotation, opacity, and core point from here. But for now, I'll just stick with the effect that I have now. So I can close this disclosure triangle again. And this is my first text. So let's add a simple animation in this text. In the motion disclosure triangle, click this one, and under scale effect, we're going to click this triangle animation here. I actually call this, it's like an alarm clock. So just click this one, and what it does is that you'll be able to see from the display, it will create a keyframe. Okay, so this is the keyframe. We're going to add an animation here. Just show that once up here. This is the end keyframe for this text effect. To add another keyframe, just click this one, this button here, and you have another keyframe here. If you want another keyframe, just click another one and it will create. So in this video project, I have 3 keyframes, and I can make adjustments from this lines here below. So you can actually adjust move up or down, or you can also make some slight adjustments here, make a curve. So whatever effect you want. Then you can also take a look by clicking the slider here. Yeah, so that will be my effect. Yeah, so I'll just zoom in and out. Okay. So yeah, I think that would be okay. Just make some adjustments. And you can also actually add a rotation for this effect. You can add other effects here, but for now I'll just stick with the scale effect. So this is now the first keyframe, the middle, of the last keyframe. Okay, so this is a preview of our text effect. So if you're satisfied with that, then just click. You can close this disclosure triangle from the motion effect, and you can actually take a preview by playing from the project panel. No, from the source monitor. Close this one from. Yeah, from the program monitor, you can take a look and play this one. Okay, so that's my first effect, and the rest just stop from here. Next, we will add thank you text effect at the end. Okay, so we'll put the slider towards the end of our video. Then click T again. Then add inside the program monitor. Then we can type here thank you. I'll just use the same font. Thank you for watching. And then you can also add your name by just type here your nickname. You can type your nickname here. So I want to adjust the alignment, make it to center. From the FX control panel, change it to center align. Then use the selection tool to adjust the text. So again, we are going to add an animation for the text. So go back to the FX controls panel. Make sure that you have selected, in the timeline panel, you have selected the text effect. So just make some alignment here. Make sure that's aligned. You can adjust also this one. And going back to the FX controls panel, you can actually click motion and then scale. So we'll add another animation for this text. So click the toggle animation for like a clock here. So you have created a keyframe. That's a keyframe. So click this button here, and another keyframe is created. So from here we can adjust our text animation. Let's see. You can do like that. Whatever adjustments you wanted. Okay, let's check for the preview. Alright, so that's our text effect. You can also play from the program monitor. Play. Right, so that's now our text effect. So as you can notice, a while ago we cut the audio and it will abruptly stop. So we need to put a fading effect there. It's not nice to hear when it stops abruptly. So you can see, let's try to play. There, it abruptly stops. So it doesn't sound good. So from the effects panel, this one here, you can actually find the effects panel from window menu, then effects, make sure effects is selected. So click effects, and we have here, these are the effects we have presets, we have audio effects, we have video effects as well. So to add the fading effect, go to audio transition, then crossfade, then add exponential fade. Just drag it towards the end of the audio, and you will notice there's the cursor, some change. Okay, so that means there's an effect that's to be added. Just drag and drop in there, and that's the effect now. So let's listen to that effect. Alright, so we have the fading effect, and that sounds better now. So next thing that we need to do is we're going to add transitions in between our video clips. So since we have 5 video clips, then we can add video transitions in between those clips. So let's try. These are the clips in between. Let's take a look. Now we will add video effects and video transitions. So from the effects panel, which can be found from here, or you can go to Windows and Effects, go to Video Effects, and you have several effects that can be found from this folder. So essentially, this one here, we have adjust. This one, adjust up to video. These are all effects that we can add into our video clips. So for now, we'll just go to the perspective, and then we will adjust, and we'll drag this into our first video clip. And there, you will be able to notice the effect applied into the video clip, which looks like a 3D box. This corner here, it's a rectangle in our, you can see in the program panel. So it's visible. It's just try to play effect. So that's the effect that we have added. That's the beveled edges effect. So we can also add other effects to other video clips, which we can choose from. We have adjust, okay, those are all effects, blur and sharpen. We have channel, we have color correction, several effects. For now, I'll just add the bevel effect into the first clip. So next would be the video transitions. So we are going to add video transitions in between two clips. So like this is our first clip in the timeline, and the second one, we're going to add it in between those clips. So first we will add, let me find an effect. Let's try page fill. So from the page fill folder, you will see page fill effect. Just drag it in between the two effects, and you will see that there's something like color change in between. So that means effect is about to be added there. So just add it there. Okay, and try to play and see the effect. Okay, and that's the effect. We can also add more effects or more transitions into other video clips. For the second one, let's try the slide transition. So let's say split or center split. Let's try this one and drag it in here. And let's try to check again. Play. Oh, alright, so that's the effect. Also, between the third and fourth, we can add another transition there. Let's try, let's say, wipe effect. So that would be, let's just add wipe in here. Okay, let's try to check. Yeah, so that's the effect. And the last one, let's try 3D motion flip over. Let's see this effect. Okay, and drag the slider, and that's the effect that we have added. So after adding all the effects and transitions and text and audio effects as well, then we are now ready to export our video. So to export our file, we are going to the file menu, and somewhere here you will see the export button, then choose media, and this export settings dialog box will pop up. So from here we just have to adjust a few more settings. So from the source you can choose scale to fit, scale to fill, or stretch to fill. Yeah, those are the options. I'll just go for the default. In the source range, we can choose, the default one is sequence in and out. For now, we will choose entire sequence. And then from the export settings, for the format, we have several options that we can choose from. So I'll just go for the H.264 format. And the preset, I'll just stay with the default again. We have a comments button here, bar here, and for the output name, you can click this one and rename it to. The title for this video is my first video project. So we can also use the same title as our file name. Then choose the folder and save it to that folder. Save. Then the rest of the settings will just be the default ones. Now we are ready to export it. Click the export button, and the video is encoding now. It will take several seconds or a few seconds depending on the video format or the size of the video that you have added in the timeline. So if it's heavier, then it will take more time. For lighter videos, it will just take several seconds. So just have to wait for that, and once it's done, you have now completed exporting the video file. So you can go to the folder, locate the file, you can play it. It's imported into MP4 format. So here it's we have it here now. It's the first video project, this one. So this is the file that was being exported, my first video project .mp4. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have learned something in creating the basics of Adobe Premiere Pro.